Bam! Bait of the day. A rainbow trout pattern, half-ounce rattle trap. I got quite a few of these. Ready to run and gun? It's time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Man, that's a sweet pattern on a rattle trap. Today's topic are those 5 words. And what 5 words can you be thinking of? Well, let's start off by, has anybody ever told you that, well, yeah, if you fish a certain lure, let's say a rattle trap, and you're the kind of guy that likes to pump it off the bottom, and you catch fish doing that, and some guy says, no, man, you're supposed to reel this thing in as fast as you can and call it a day, you catch fish. But you're catching fish doing that. Is he right, or are you right? Or what if you're the kind of person that likes to burn this thing in as fast as you can, and you're catching fish on it? Another guy comes up and says, no, you're supposed to pump that off the bottom, man, and catch all the fish you can. So are you right? Or is he right? That's the funny thing about lures, is there is a proper way of doing things that has been the most successful with a lure, such as a rattle trap. And there are things that you can do with a bait that makes no sense whatsoever, and you'll never catch fish on it. I mean, how many guys ever thrown a Texas rig worm, let it hit bottom, and just start cranking it back as fast as you can? And how many fish have you caught doing that? But if a guy tells you that, is he wrong, or are you wrong? I would say probably he's wrong, because you catch most of your fish pumping that thing off the bottom. But such as a bait with a rattle trap. Me personally, if I'm throwing a rattle trap, most of my retrieves are burning it, stop. Burning it, stop. Or just cranking it, stop. Not necessarily burning it. I've actually had my best successes with a rattle trap just randomly cranking it at a normal speed and stopping it for about a second and cranking it back, because you're making thing do this and it falls. You know, this and it falls. And I call it a stop and go. There's also a cranking, a pulling, and a stop. You know, I let the fish tell me what they want. So if you let the fish tell you what they want, then there is no right or wrong retrieve. Same thing with spinnerbaits. I just hooked myself. Good golly. See right there, blood. Bill Dance got nothing on me, boys. See right there. Anyway. But, so what is the right and wrong retrieve of a bait? I mean, a spinnerbait. Oh my gosh, there's so many different versions of spinnerbaits, it's ridiculous. Kevin Van Dam has a way he throws it. Jimmy Houston has a way he throws it. Bill Dance has a way he throws it. Roland Martin even has a way he throws it. You have a way. I have a way. Do they all catch fish? So to me, those 5 key words are you fishing it right? Those are the 5 key words. And it applies to any bait that you throw. So it helps to do some research, see what maybe the creators of that particular bait suggest to use, because they did come up with a bait for a specific purpose. And then maybe take that and put your own taste into it. Nothing wrong with that. Basically, in a nutshell, if you're fishing the way you fish, let's say you have your own way of throwing this particular bait right here, and you catch fish on it, are you right? Or is the person telling you a different way right? Let's say you take a manufacturer's bait, it could be anything, crankbait, topwater, anything, and they say this is how you throw it. In the old days, we used to get that on the back of the pamphlets. You know, this is how you throw this bait. And you don't get that so much anymore now. But let's just say you have a bait in a pamphlet says, or online it says, you throw the bait this way. And you do it. You don't catch a fish. So you apply your own way of doing it and you start catching fish. Are you fishing it right? Not according to the manufacturer, but if you're catching fish, are you doing it wrong? That's another thing to think of. And I see this so much on forums, online, on YouTube channels. Oh, man, some of the YouTube channels are the worst. This is the way you do it if you want to catch fish. Yeah, clickbait. But you're not teaching anything. You're not teaching anybody anything. My thing that I want to do on this channel is not so much to teach, but to make you guys think. I want you to think how you throw a particular bait. Because if you tie any crankbait on and you fish it the same way every single time, and you're hit and miss, then you're not taking advantage of that particular bait. You're just zoning out and you're just cranking a bait the way you crank it. And don't tell me you don't fall for that. I did. So that's why I simplified my crankbait selection. And I think I pretty much narrowed it down to one bait. Now, I do love my rattle traps. And these still might make it to the box as a off-the-cuff kind of bait. Now, I also love the Cordell spots. Love those lures. I love the Lucky Craft LV500s, LV100s, stuff like that. But I would say day in and day out, 9 times out of 10, the bass I catch on lipless crankbait is on a rattle trap. And I have my way of fishing it. But I also can vary the way I fish it to make it catch fish. But I let the bass tell me what happens. My most productive retrieve, like I said, is a stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. But what if that doesn't work? Okay, well, let's just try a straight retrieve. Okay, let's just try a slow retrieve. Let's just try a pump and fall, which is pump it up, let it fall, pump it up, let it fall. What about just under the surface? Let the fish tell you that. Don't get stuck into what somebody tells you because this is the right retrieve. Are you fishing it right? Are you fishing it right? Well, those 5 words can be a hindrance. So if you have a certain way that you catch fish on a certain lure, don't change it. But if you're not catching fish on that lure, using that retrieve, don't think they're not hitting that lure because, well, I fished it and they're not hitting this. Let's try something else. But did you try different retrieves? If you catch a fish, then you're fishing it right. See, that's the key. That's all I got to harp on something like that. I just wanted to put that out there because I've seen so many videos from other channels and oh my gosh, this is the way you throw this. It's like, you're full of crap because that's clickbait. You just want views. I want to teach and I also want to help you think. That's important. So remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep you in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.